Former President Trump has been campaigning all day long. He made stops in Pennsylvania and North Carolina. He's actually headed to Georgia already. My goodness. But it's a busy day. There was a change after he complained about the glass in front of him, the protective glass, earlier today. NewsNation's Libbey Dean is live right now in Macon, Georgia, where the president will be speaking this evening. And do we think he's going to arrive much, much later than planned in Georgia because he was so late to the North Carolina event?
Well, the last few days, Trump has been late to a lot of events. We've actually seen people file out of his events because he's been late. He was 2 hours late in North Carolina, likely going to be late here in Georgia as well. But we already do have a large crowd here. Now, as for what happened in North Carolina, Adrienne, that was Trump's third time delivering his closing arguments to North Carolinians in the last 24 hours. And what I heard was him actually talk a lot about other battleground states. He talked about Michigan as well as Pennsylvania, what he's going to do for those states, as well as even questioning if there was the Pennsylvania Senate candidate in the crowd there. So maybe a little confused on where he's at, as we all kind of are in these final days here. But interesting enough there. And then he's going to be here in Georgia tonight, a state that he lost, of course, in 2020. So trying to win it back, trying to gain back that ground in these final hours here. Kind of crazy that we're in these final hours here, Adrienne.
That's what I was saying. I was asking the crew, I'm like, is it just me or does it feel weird? I'm like, is it really going to be election day on Tuesday? It feels surreal. I think I did not remember where he was because he has those three events in these three crucial states. And then I had to be reminded by, thank God, our executive producers and senior producers in the booth. But the bulletproof glass in front of him, that went away. Was it mostly just because he just didn't like it? He thought, what's the point? I want people to see me. I want to take away any kind of separation between me and potential voters.
Well, that's the question, Adrienne, but it's actually interesting. We've seen the plexiglass decrease throughout the day. We're actually outdoors here in Georgia, and there's no plexiglass surrounding Trump's podium at all. So we've seen it decrease. We saw it in first that stop in Pennsylvania, and then we didn't see the panel at all in front of him, only on the sides of him at that stop in North Carolina, and then no plexiglass here in Georgia. But the reason this all started is because of what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, that assassination attempt. Trump recounted that today at his stop in Pennsylvania where that assassination attempt happened. And while he was recounting it, he actually was talking about someone being able to shoot through the plexiglass, but in their way would be the press. And he said that he didn't care if they got hit. Let's listen to what Trump had to say that's gaining a lot of attention.
And so it's up to all. And I have this piece of glass here, but all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much, because I don't mind.
And the Trump campaign doing some damage control today, quickly putting out a statement, trying to clarify what Trump said, but you heard it there, so you can make your assumption yourself. But as for this statement from the spokesman for the campaign saying, quote, the president's statement about protective glass placement has nothing to do with the media being harmed. Went on to talk more about that. So this was obviously Trump off topic on the campaign trail, Adrienne. So we'll see if Trump is on topic here in Georgia tonight, because these off-topic remarks could hurt him in his turnout on Tuesday if there are voters that take issue with things that he says that are now grabbing these headlines that are new in these final hours here, final days. Adrienne?
Yeah, final less than 48 hours. Thank you very much, Libbey Dean. We appreciate you joining us. We'll check back in again as soon as we can. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.